Hello? Individuals. Oh boy. Need an oil change. I did not shoot some squirrels. I'm pretty sure I pulled the shot. I'm actually almost positive I pulled the shots. They were just too cute. I couldn't do it. My shoulder was like, eh. Because I missed high both times. And then afterwards, I shot again and made it confirmed the high miss. So it's... Then later, I did a little bit of target shooting, and it was dead on. So... I don't know, man. They're just so cute. I couldn't do it. One of them was standing up on his little hind legs, looking so delicious. No. Yeah, it's I am a licensed hunter. I have a license. I have not successfely hunting. They call it hunting, not shooting. So yes, I am a hunter. I have not harvested any game as of yet. I've seen a whole bunch of deer though. I've had them sneak up on me twice. They're really sneaky, deer. People don't tell you that. First time was actually in California, and I was just like, I was in my spot in the morning, and I was I guess this is always what happens. Maybe I should just back up from whatever I'm doing. This was in California, and I picked my spot. It was kind of high up on a ridge, and my object was to overlook the ridge on the other side of the valley, right? So I'm over there, and I'm glassing the other side of the binoculars, looking at the other side of the valley, the other ridge, and I hear like, and then crashing, and I turned and look, and I see, the white tail bouncing off into the brush. And I'm like, okay, well, the deer just snuck up on me. I didn't even see him. And then never saw any deer after that. But I wasn't in California for much longer after that. So here in Kentucky, we're getting, kind of situated and everything, and I'm starting to get that feeling, that pull, that guidance. Feel like the Lord's telling me to get back out there and start pushing again and take my place in the natural order, I guess. I'm not quite sure what it is, but all things considered, I'd rather not. But I do what I'm told, so I'm out there. And the first time I went out there, I was looking for turkey. And I had been out there just kind of to hike and scout around and look around. I didn't see much of anything out there last time, but when I went out to take... No, that was for groundhog, I think. Yeah, I was out looking for groundhog, and just kind of getting a feel for the area. It was a new place I hadn't been to before, and it was really nice, and just kind of hanging out. And then as I'm standing there looking, actually kind of on the side of a ridge, looking down pretty close to a valley, and I'm looking at the opposite side of the ridge, I hear the snort or the grunt, and then turn my head, and I see him bounding off. And it wasn't deer season or anything. I wasn't hunting deer in particular, but apparently I'm really sneaky. Either they're sneaky or I'm sneaky, or both. I'm not sure. But as both times they were within like 30 feet of me. So I don't know. So this other time I went out looking for squirrel, I saw 2 deer and 2 squirrel, and I shot at the squirrels, and I missed them because they were so fluffy. And I had just attached a muzzle adapter to the end. And I was like, oh, this is throwing off the barrel harmonics. Like, I screwed up. Like, why would I zero my rifle and get everything all set up? And that, I mean, my 22 is, I'm excellent with my 22. Which is why I couldn't believe that I had missed. And that I figured that it had to be the addition to the muzzle that would have caused it to, you know, thrown off the barrel harmonics or something like that that would induce a miss. Because it seemed like it was pretty consistently hitting high. Because I could still see my shots. I could still see the impact. And it was high both times. Which is not usually how I miss, if I miss. I usually miss side to side. But sure enough, you know, later I did a little bit of target shooting and dead on. I just set up a little, there were some 22 or 20 gauge, 20 gauge shot shells, some yellow 20 gauge shot shells that were left out. And I shot those from about the same distance. And I was like, well, I guess I just pulled it like 3 times in a row. So I don't know, I was telling a friend of mine at church, and he was like, they were just too cute, you couldn't bring yourself to do it. I'm like, I don't know about squirrels, maybe rabbits though, because I had a pet rabbit. So we'll see about that, but I don't know. I will successfully take something, probably, maybe. I got the unlimited ultimate hunting pass for the whole year, so I guess I'm just going to. I've been hunting whatever is in season with whatever I have. Oh no, I actually did borrow a shotgun from my brother-in-law for the turkey, and I did walk up. I believe I called that turkey in, but I was just kind of playing it loose. And I didn't really notice him coming up, and he didn't make any noise, because they don't make any noise when they approach. But he was like in underbrush, and I didn't even see him until he knew I was there and was leaving. So not much of an opportunity there. But you know, that's why they call it hunting and not shooting. Plus, you can always think of it as a bad. You can think of it as a bad day hunting or a good day. A good day hiking. Good day hiking. I'll choose to believe that. It is still good. I mean, it's nice to be out there. You get to be alone with your thoughts and think things like, why am I out here, Lord, and not home with my family? I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be awesome when I actually get good and start taking stuff and understand. The idea that you have to understand the animal and understand what their drives and desires and motivations are in order to just see them, just to glimpse them. That's really something. But I'm also noticing. So I know, obviously, I love that thing about one of the things that I have not discarded from Jordan Peterson is the idea that your vision is contextual. And I've heard this called the 2% problem. So basically you can only process about 2% of what your input is. And that's, you know, with all your senses. So your brain is tuned to what is interesting to you or what is desirous to you at that particular moment. So if you're hungry and you walk into the kitchen, you're not going to be like, what's the deal with the curtains? You're going to be looking for food. You know. Okay, all right. So when you think about things, when you think about things that you haven't thought about before, you get to see things that you haven't seen before, I guess, is accurate. Yeah. My wife did a class, another painting class. She does some of these painting classes once a year. She's a professional painting teacher, actually, because she got paid, therefore it is her profession. she is a professional. But she said that she's noticing more scenes now. She gets to see like the trees and the plants and everything like that, the sunset. She's noticing it more just because she spent a lot of time looking at those scenes and those pictures to try to find something that was good for painting, for other people to paint. And that's really cool. I really love that. I really love that idea that you get you get to see the world new just by changing your focus, or by learning new things. You know, I get to know what kind of birds are around, and I get to see what their patterns are. I get to track what they're doing and see, you know, that's not a bird, that is the bird that lives in my soffit. You know, I know where he goes, I see what he's doing, I see his kids now, and I see him or the mom, I'm not sure, feeding his kids, you know, birds or teenagers, I guess. They're kind of big, but their tails aren't that long, and you get to notice all this stuff, and then you realize there's just this narrative, like this story is just playing out all around you constantly, and it's amazing. It's amazing what you miss that is just in front of your face. Now, it's cool. It's very humbling to be able to understand a lot of this stuff and all the complexity that goes into it. The intricate dance. It's beautiful. And then you get to shoot them. No. Well, you do get to shoot them, but you get to you eat them and you respect them, and you know, you respect your place in this, and you place appropriate value on these things. So that's been on my mind for a bit, and it's been noteworthy, I guess. I get to notice this stuff, and that's really cool. But I'll have to get out. I'll have to carve out some extra time to go, because it's not particularly close. But I think it is worth it. I'll have to get, you know, my object is to harvest an animal and eat it. And very likely, if they'll put up with it, and if the liver isn't bad, you know, I mean, to eat it if the liver isn't bad, but to share it with my family. I feed my family from the earth. You know, at least you're a bit closer than the foam trays at the grocery store.